Here you have the model. It's nearly ready, and these white blotches are a filler, because even though everything fits together very nicely, it's a good idea to put fillers on, both on the fuselage and on the wing, like here, like this, just to get everything to be very smooth and nice. The filler I'm using is called Red Devil one-time spackling, and it has the really good. It's positively very light, and it's really easy to sand. But the downside is that it takes a bit of time to harden. So I just have to wait till tomorrow before I sand all of this, which is the next step. In the meanwhile, I can show you some stuff I've had for the model. Here is the motor. I got it on the internet for a song, and I'm optimistic this will be a very good motor. It was beautiful when I got it. Then I ordered from SLEC some other accessories like this spinner. I got some 1, 2, 3 wheels, which will go under the model. I also ordered these collets to hold them on. These should fit exactly on the axles, and they also sell rubber bands that I will use to hold the wings on. They're very wide. I've never seen this kind of elastic before. They're not being sold here in Iceland. And also bought 2 rolls of Aura cover, and I'm going to finish the model with this. I'm going to have it completely white, and then use some sticky back paper to make it look good. So tomorrow we are going to sand this model. Now I'm going to sand, and I just use an MDF block and some 80 grit sandpaper. It's good to use your hands after you've used this this filler, is to slide your hands over the filler, because parts of it can break off, and if you don't look out while you're sanding, these bits can roll underneath the sandpaper and do more damage than you want to. And so it's good to just try and break off everything that will go with your hands, and then just slide the sandpaper gently across everything, just for the same reason, just to get rid of the things that want to break off. When this is all gone, then you can start sanding in earnest. I'm not afraid of using a little elbow grease here, because it's This is plywood, and it won't really go away. I like sanding, but I'm not certain everybody wants to watch me do it, so I'm going to use extra speed. Now all sides have become as smooth as I want to have them, and you can see that the filler sits where the tabs come through the holes. And now the only thing left is to take the sharpest corners off. I'm just going to use a loose piece of sandpaper to do it, and just round them off freehand. Take the sharpest edge off. I'm not going to round them as such, just take the sharpness off. I should, of course, use a vacuum to do it, but my shop vac isn't here. There's some things we have to look at, but as the instructions say, we have to round off these corners. The cowling fits on here, but the corners should not touch the cowling. You see that this will rub onto the cowling and it will destroy it. And we have to round this around a centimeter in onto the fuselage. And we do it with this strange movement I've shown it before, like this. I have the block a little skewed, and we get a rounding like this. And on this side. Now you can put the cowling on just to see how it fits, and you can see that it goes much further than before and fits much better, just like it should do. That is the fuselage ready, and next it's the wing. Again, I'll show you. Look at this. Here are some bits of hardened filler that you can break off, and if you don't look out, these will roll underneath the sandpaper and make all kind of gouges and holes. So it's good to use your hand first to break everything off that wants to break before you start sanding. Then you of course have to be careful that there's nothing underneath the wing. Use the sandpaper lightly at first. It's much more danger here where you've got some soft balsa. Let everything drop away that wants to go before you start sanding. The dust doesn't do any damage. Here the top skins of the wing come together in a V, and if you don't watch out when you're sanding on one side, you can sand too much from the other side. So it might even be better just to have a loose piece of sandpaper and just do it by hand with no block. There we are. Now the sanding is just about finished. And the model looks like this. Now we can find step 42 and say that it is now finished. And building of this model is now finished.